All right, I'm making this video for more of documentation purposes, but for anybody that this may help. I've had reef tanks pretty much for 10 years, actually 12 years now. I started in 2010. So about 12 years. Started with a 90, had a 90, 45 cube, and had tanks of different sizes. Never over 100 gallons, but I've had them from 90 to 45. Last with my 45 gallon, which I turned into basically an anemone only tank with my mated pair of true perks that are in this tank now. This is a 32 gallon Biocube reef LED. These perks I've had since they were little. I've had them for over 10 years. They were in, like I said, my 45 cube, which was, I just turned into an enemy only tank with rainbow anemones. There were like 17 of them in there. Ended up, that tank sprung a small leak. It was over like 8 years old, and decided to downgrade. I wasn't gonna get out of the hobby completely. I just like, I have to have a reef tank. So I ended up just breaking down the 45, got a cheap Biocube off of Craigslist. Just a cube. I bought the stand separate. Comes in black. I painted it to match the furniture to make the wife happy. Painted it white, but I removed the lid, as you can see, and I have a Ecotech Radion XR15 Gen 6 blue. Kraken reef lid for the top to keep my two wrasses in. I ended up adding some fish to this tank. Ended up doing with, got a bang high in there. Got a tail spot blended, you can see right there. I have a pink streak wrasse, is super cool. He's up top there. And I have a exquisite wrasse in there as well. He's up around the top. Actually, I'm gonna use this filter. I used to make these. This is a coral viewer, but I ended up putting the filter on the bottom panel and experimented with a bunch of different kinds and got this one, but you can see the colors a little bit better, obviously, with a filter. But here's my tail spot right there. Super cool fish, my pink streak wrasse. Very peaceful fish. They are similar to a 6-line wrasse without the aggression. See if I can focus in. Very peaceful, but you got to put them in a tank with peaceful people, or peaceful fish. Otherwise, they can get bullied. My bang high gives them a hard time sometimes, but not enough that it affects them seriously. But anyways, I'll leave the filter on for now. But Biocube, 32 gallon. I'm documenting this, like I said, mostly for growth, just to see how everything turns out. This is the smallest tank I've ever had. 45 was my next near smallest, but I've had these mushrooms. Some livestock was carried over from my 45, but everything else is pretty new coral-wise. Everything started with a couple of frags. You can see my zoanthids. I got some AOIs, purple monsters, red hornets, clementines. I got some SPS. Bubblegum Digi, it's a Walt Disney Orange Passion back there. Got it from my local reef store, Coral Connection on Sarasota. Great guys there, James and Ray. Very good dudes, man. Good shop. I always recommend going to a local fish store to get your corals, supplements, anything like that if you can, instead of ordering it online, especially livestock, because the chances of it surviving and thriving good, it's obviously going to be better if you can get it from your store. Plus, the prices are way better. That Walt Disney, on average, goes for $250 to $300, and got a fraction of the price at my LFS. It's green now, which happens when you frag it and goes under different lighting and switches tanks. But it's encrusting well. Base will be good. Same with my Orange Passion back there. The pulps are orange. I don't know if you can pick it up in the video, but this is an unknown acro too. Super cool. It's like a teal greenish blue with deep purple to almost black looking polyps, and it's really neat. That's a purple something, I can't remember, but Enchanted Forest Bird's Nest from Jason Fox. Got a bunch of Jason Fox pieces in here. I'm a fan of his stuff, but this Ghani I got from Coral Connection, my LFS too. Beautiful Ghani. That's got branching, a rainbow Cephastria. Got some Rastas. Jason Fox Beach Bum, Mean Streak as well next to it. That is Darth Maul Chalice. Got some Florida Recordias. This Indo Orange is beautiful, man. That's a, I don't know if I can pick it up, but that's a yellow, all yellow Recordia. For comparison, you see the green one back there. The filter makes it have like almost a greenish tinge, but I can promise you it's a bright yellow. And I thought that was cool because I never had a yellow Recordia prior to that one. I still have 2 of my rainbows left, bubble tips. They're babies pretty much, deep in the rocks, couldn't get them out. When they take a walk, I am probably going to remove them because having them in a mixed reef tank, bubble tip anemones is not smart, especially a small system like this, because they can anchor themselves and sting the crap and kill potential corals. And my clowns will be mad, but it is what it is. I'll eventually get them another anemone on a bigger system. That's an alien poxophastria, Jason Fox. Mystique sophastria from Worldwide Corals. I got that from a local fish store as well. That is a lethal lepto by Jason Fox. It's similar to the jack-o'-lantern, but a little bit more yellow. Different zoanthus, King Midas, Miami Vice, another angle. It's a Yoda acropore in the back there. But the system's doing very well. Everything's balanced and stable. It's the lid I got from Kraken Reefs, I don't know if I mentioned that already. For my, let's see, the brine system, old school Digital Aquatics Reef Keeper Elite. This is basically recycled stuff from my other tanks. Works like a champ. So all I have it set up as pH right now. Lights just kicked on, so pH is low. It's around 7.9, but it'll peak around 8 to 8.1. I'm using a Reef Pro A and B for dosing. Highly recommend this. My local fish store Coral Connection recommended this supplement adding. It's calcium alkalinity, but it has a bunch of trace elements already mixed in with it. And when you get this, it's no required additional stirring. No RO needs to be put in there. There's nothing settled at the bottom. It's properly mixed, and its concentration is awesome, and I really like it. Specifically, like I said, it doses, things like potassium, iodine, stuff like that. Dosing it right now with 2 BRS, 1.1 milliliter, I believe, per minute dosers. That came off my 90-gallon system back in the day. Still run like a champ. My auto top-off, I use an Avast Marine, like an aqua lifter type pump. It's amazing. I used to have aqua lifter. They don't make them anymore, so this is the next. Actually, this is better than that. Does a great job. I have a 5-gallon container I got from Amazon. Does the trick. This will last me over a week. Actually, 2 weeks. So you get to make sure once you drill and put it in, to drill a small, tiny little hole in the back so it doesn't obviously pressurize in there. I have an energy strip in the back with on-off switches that just runs different things other than what my Reef Keeper Elite doesn't do. There's my pH into my SL1. I keep my temperature monitored with Innovative Marine temperature controller. I really like it. It's got a really good setup system. I can see it's set for 78. I really like the temperature probe that comes with it. Redundancy built in. I actually have a Finex heater plugged into it that's got its own controller attached to it. So let's say this, for some reason, this does fail in the on position or the probe misreads or something, and it just runs continuous power to the heater. Let's get back here. I have that Finex temperature controller heater as well plugged into it. So that would have to fail as well for my tank to basically cook, and the chance of that happening. Anything can happen, but obviously it's just another built-in fail-safe. Pumps I have, Higer. It's like a cheaper version of an Ecotech MP10, but just a little smaller. Whoops. It does a good job. Flow for now with just everything tiny frags. Tunzi, I think it's a 60-25, maybe 60-45. I've had that pump forever. I'm a huge Tunzi fan too. But it does the trick for now. I've had this purple Gorgonian for like 12 years. I've fragged it, cut it down, moved it. It used to be a lot bigger than this in my bigger systems, but it's photosynthetic, great coral. Just to look at the back real quick. Auto Top Off is my autotopoff.com flow switches. Big fan of them. Used them for years. I know people like to use the digital eye ones, but I just like these, getting redundancy built in. That one fails the right on the on position. I have a backup float right there. This is where I dose, holds my supplements in. I can't remember what this container is. The guy sells it specifically for the biocubes. Really like it. I have ChemiPure Elite and ChemiPure Blue.